And we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Joana. I'm one of your OK student advisors, and I'm here today with Carina on our very first
Hi
episode of
everyone.
Applicant live sessions. So, welcome. And yeah, we're going to be here talking today about Carina's experience. So, she's a new student in the UK. We're going to be talking all about her new experience and her experience with OK student as well, with all the process. So, hi, Carina. How
Hi
are you
Joana.
today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Perfect. I'm good. I'm good. Very excited about this live session with you. So, yeah, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from?
Well, I'm from Portugal. I have 25 years. I finished my undergraduate in 2019 at Polytechnical Institute of Santarém. I graduate in business management and now I'm Warwick University doing a master in healthcare operational management. So that's it.
Perfect. Was there your idea all along? So, when you were doing your undergrads in Portugal, uh, did you have that goal to do these masters, or was it something that came up a bit later on?
Well, when I was in high school, I really thought about doing the graduate and the master in UK or just outside Portugal, but I didn't had that opportunity at the time. And after I finished my graduate, I was just sick of school. I wanted just a year to myself and not
Yeah, gap year.
burning neurons to the books. Just a year to breathe, and then I start looking for master or for internship, something in UK or another country. And well, then I
Something to
find
do
okay
with
students. So, so
Perfect. Yes, that was very good. And basically, why did you want to come to the UK? Was it always like a dream? You said from high school you wanted to come. What was it about the UK comparing to other countries that made you decide to come?
well, the first thing was the English. Obviously, in other country we could have classes in English, but daily life would be in another language, and I'm not that really good with foreign language, so I keep with English, only one. So, um, and then I really liked the way they have their master degrees and their programs. It's a little bit different from Portuguese teaching style. In
Yeah,
Portugal, if
exactly.
you're good reading and doing, I don't know, if you're good decorating things, you are an awesome student. Here, they want your opinion, they want to know what you learn. So we already start to see some of that in Portugal, but that's not
Yeah, it's
as
not very
strong
common.
as, yes,
It's very based on theory in Portugal, and that's something that
yes,
students are trying to get away from. So they want something more practical. So yeah, that's definitely a reason that
yes.
students want to move to the UK to get these more practical approach. And I don't know if that's something that you knew as well. That the courses, apart from being more practical, are also very well designed in terms of giving you the skills necessary for you to start working. I think in Portugal we have that feeling that we study, but then yeah, we know the theory, but how are we going
How
to apply this?
work, how we work, and
How,
how we
well,
apply to work, because they'll say, "Oh, what you know, you apply to a work, to a job," and in the interview they are like, "What you know what to do," and we are like, "Study." I don't know. I know how to study. I don't know anything else. So they already have a good program with internships, but it's not enough yet. And I believe the UK, they do really well because they have different kinds of internships and they have different kind of degrees, and they are always worried to make the course with industry, with the companies that will have us as workers. So I think that's
exactly.
the main
Exactly.
difference.
They do work together with the industries, with companies, to first of all to bring some of those people to give you lectures, give you seminars, talk to you about what it is like to be in that industry, what you need to do, what kind of jobs there is. Sometimes the
Yes,
problem is you don't even know what you can do with that degree. So I think that's something they do quite well is tell you, okay, maybe this is what you thought at the start, but these are your options. And you're like, oh, I never thought about it. It happened to me as well. I've never thought about this job. I didn't even know it existed. So they do that quite well. And then they also try to connect you with the industry. So give you some connections. That's something really important, the networking that you do here.
yes,
I think in Portugal that they are trying to improve that as well. I was having a conversation with my sister last week, actually. She was saying they were having this fair with some companies that come.
yes.
That's not very common, is it? Did you have something like that?
I
When
did
you
some, but I was in a polytechnical institute. It's different. That's why when I choose Santarém over Lisbon or Porto or Coimbra, they call me crazy, but I knew what I was doing. I didn't want to be buried in books and theories. I want something more approachable, something more
hands on?
practical. And they call me crazy. And I was like, no, you are crazy. Stop that. Because
You don't know what you're
they
doing.
want, no, Lisbon is closer. No, no, no. Go to Lisbon. Let me be. I know what I'm doing. Um, and that's the main reason, because it's a polytechnical. They work with industry too, even if it's not something official. Like in here, the teachers talk with the industry. They have network. They know what the companies are looking for, and they adapt the classes to it. But nothing as strong as structure as here.
Mhm.
Doesn't have that importance. But I think it's the main. They already have a few fairs there, not as much as
Yeah,
here,
not
not
as
as
much.
much
Yeah,
seminary. No,
they're
here,
learning. They're learning.
yes, they're learning slowly, but they're going there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, here is very common. So yeah, I've started recently as well. So probably you've had that, like, I don't know, an email or an invitation to a fair or to many fairs. There's always something going on. There's always a lot going on.
A
Sometimes
lot.
you don't even have time to attend everything. Most
Look,
of the times.
my classes will only start in November, and I didn't stop yet. I'm
Wow.
having models about plagiarism, referencing, everything you can imagine. I have models and seminars and companies too, talking with us about. Personally, I saw the consulting area, but I've seen, I don't know, 100 different areas. Like, and it's the problem about management, because it's management is so general that we have so ways you can go. Human resources, accounting, consulting. You have so many things and so many companies interested that they have to give us all that options. And so I didn't stop yet, and I didn't start the classes yet. So I'm already tired. I haven't classes yet.
Exactly. That's really good, and we're going to come back to that. But I think we've got a question from one of our viewers. So Simran, hello Simran, thanks for watching. Hey, how are you dealing with the pandemic in your university?
Well, we are adapting to the online classes. I'm looking forward to the in-person classes because I visit university and it's awesome. I will I will fall in love with the university, but we are dealing with caution, being very, very careful. Um, for what I saw of the campus, it's everything ready for us to go there and have classes. The problem is the safety at the moment. If it is safe, even with all the measures, to us go and have classes. I have a small course. We are like 11, 12 students, but there are classes there have really huge numbers. So they are trying to keep online at least until January, I think.
Mhm.
And after that, we'll start to have some in-person classes, obviously, if everything keeps the way it's going, if it gets better. I the feeling that I have from my university is for them we already be in person, but we don't have the safety. enough to do it. But we
Exactly.
don't
Yeah,
feel abandoned. If that's the question, we are not abandoned. We have a really good team answering every question we have. Our teachers are with us. We are taking care of things, but we don't feel abandoned in home. So
that's good. So there's enough
yes,
support. You're adapting well to the situation,
hmm
so you still have material, you still have things going on. It's not like everything stopped because of the pandemic. And it's
yes,
a thing as well here in the UK. Universities are adapting quite quickly because they add these mechanisms way before the pandemic started. So even at my university, they were already recording some lectures to make it available online for students to, view it as many times as they wanted, or to help in revision. So they just adopted these methods, and thank God they did it, to facilitate now the teaching. And I think it's been quite successful. And students are, we are used to technology. We're used to
yes,
these things. We used to, even with our family, and that's something I really want to
yes,
ask you about. Is that we use online platforms as a way
yes.
of communication. So yeah, we're used to it. We're
It's
used to it.
normal. It's a normal
Yeah,
thing. The difference is this time is not just to have fun, is to work too. So I think they're adapting well. Obviously, I would prefer in person, but it's not safe. I
it's not.
don't
Yeah,
think that if they call me this week and say, "Oh, next week you'll be in person," I don't think I would be happy with that. I really want it, but I would not be happy at all because I don't believe it's the right moment to do it.
exactly. Yeah, and they are following very strictly all the government policies, all the government regulations. So they are the first ones to say, if even if they have, in some universities are having a blended approach, so
hmm
some online
Yes,
teaching and some face to face, they're saying if you not feel well, if you not feel comfortable enough, or if you need to self isolate, don't worry, just don't come into university. We'll give
yes.
you everything online. So they're giving, they're being very flexible with students, and that's what you're feeling, right?
And we have some face-to-face events. They are recorded, obviously, to the people who don't want to go to the campus. But I noticed they are following really strictly the rules and the restrictions. So I think they are doing well, at least at Warwick. I can't speak with all
Exactly.
universities,
Yeah,
but at
yeah,
least
yeah.
here,
Universities
I'm
here.
happy with what's happening and how things are going.
Perfect. So yeah, you were saying, so you're studying at Warwick. That's in Coventry. So that's in the
hmm
Midlands in the UK. How are you finding it? Have you had a chance to walk around the city? Obviously, safe distancing,
Yes.
but social distancing. Well, how are you finding it in comparison to Portugal? Uh, how did you
Well,
make that transition? Was it easy for you?
it was easy because the my accommodation is really in a good place. I'm really at the center. So I'll walk around a little bit. Obviously, I didn't explore as much as I wished. I'm avoiding a little bit crowds and the loss of people. But I'm really like Coventry. That's just one problem with me. That's the weather, not the rain. I have no problems with the rain. My problem is to leave home, look to the weather app, and they say, "Oh, it's be sunny today," and half an hour later it's raining so much that I expect to see Noah pass with the ark. So that's my problem. I have no problem with rain. It's been
It's the
raining.
inconsistency of the weather that kills us.
It's
Yes,
that
yes.
thing. Like,
You get
oh,
used to
be
the
sunny today. Good. I'll go to a walk. Half an hour later, I'm back home. Like, if I take a shower in the middle of
few,
the street.
few very good tips. Buy an umbrella, always carry it with you, and wear layers because you never
Yes,
know if it's going to be sunny, if it's going to rain. So you can just,
yes.
take it off, put it on as many times as you want. It's a
Have a
very
good
good tip.
coat with a Uzi, like to protect
Yes.
yourself. That's the only thing that I'm like still adapting because I'm so lucky that when I go outside it's sunny and half an hour later it's just raining like mad rain. And I was
Mad
like,
rain.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
it's really. it's something that students usually find it. It's a very special type of weather.
Weather.
Well, the
Yes.
UK is known for it, so whoever comes to the UK is already expecting a
But
lot.
yes, I was expecting as much inconsistence because like yesterday I was outside taking, sunbath, like, oh, so good, it's sunny today. And I came back to the room and half an hour later I was hearing rain and I was like, impossible. When I look, it's like raining so much and I was like, okay, you want to rain, just rain, no problem with that. I think it's the thing. And it's the food too, it's a little bit different. They
Yes, I
no,
wanted to ask about that. How are you
they
finding the food?
they don't know how to cook. I'm sorry. You are amazing. UK have amazing people. They are so kind, but they don't know how to cook. I'm sorry. You have good intentions, but you don't know how to cook. I'm so
So
sorry about
are
that.
you cooking yourself? Did you bring something
Yes,
from Portugal or
yes. I some spicy, some things I brought from Portugal because some things we can find here. And I'm adapting slowly because no, I already had the fish and chips experience and I don't want to.
you're disappointed?
Then
You either love
no,
it or you just don't are a fan.
no, that's no way to treat codfish. I'm sorry about that. I'm too Portuguese to eat that.
We're very picky about codfish. We are very picky.
Yes,
It's hard
very.
for us.
There are thousands way to do codfish. That's not one of them. Sorry about that.
But there's some really good things. So I'm not a fan of fish and chips either, but I'm a very much of a fan of a big Sunday roast. Have you tried a Sunday roast?
No, I have to try.
You need to try a Sunday roast. So it's basically, well, you can have meat. So it's either like lamb, pork,
Hmm.
beef. So that's the meat, or you can do like a veggie one. And then you've got the roasted vegetables, so roast potatoes, roasted carrots, parsnips. Then we put some gravy on top. Some
Sounds
of them
good.
and have some cheesy cauliflower. It's amazing. You need to try it. It's
Okay,
one
I
of
have
my
to try it.
favorites.
I think I was shocked with the fish and chips, so I gave up and I started doing my own food. I was like, I'm
Yeah, you
sorry.
need to experiment a bit and find the things that you like. There are some good things, but I know it's completely different from
It's
what we are
completely.
used to. And I think we just need to learn how to cook
Yes,
for ourselves, right? That's part of
yes,
the experience of coming abroad is to do
yes.
your own things, right? Cook, do the
It's part.
laundry,
Funny
all of
part,
that.
when I was getting ready, I pick a small notebook and I start to take the recipes from my parents because they had a cafe shop. So I have a lot of recipes from them. And my father was mocking me. You believe you're gonna forget how to make food? And I was like, I prefer to take the recipes with me than call you at 11 a.m. like, how do I cook this? So, and I'm I'm taking notes because there are things that we forgot just
Exactly.
how to do
It's
it.
you just learn as you go, I think. It
Yes.
takes you a while to like get it right. Uh, Speaking for myself, like I've been experimenting for 3 years and I finally found my way of like cooking properly and taking care of my, eating habits. So it takes you a while. It's just
Yes.
normal. And you need to, look around, look for recipes, talk to your grandparents, talk to your parents, as you were saying, ask them for tips.
And I think it was last week I was calling my mother, look, I have to do this in the oven. How long it will take? And my mother was, what were you doing when you're just boring me in the kitchen, just looking to me? And I was like, yes, mother, I was looking to you. I was talking with you. I didn't care what you were doing to dinner. I was talking with you. I was like, half an hour, just put that in the oven half an hour.
Should be fine.
And please don't burn it. It was like, so it was like
You are
that.
very protective of the cooking
Yes.
part, aren't they?
Yes. So it's the funny
Good.
part of being here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wanted to ask you something a bit different.
Mm.
So, focusing now on why we met and how we met. So, how did you hear about OK Student? How was that process?
Well, I was looking for a master. I was looking for a Portuguese master, and I came across it a few publicities, a few links of OK Student, and then in one video I saw Dina, that's
Oh,
application office, and her nephew was my classmate, like from primary to high school, I believe, and I recognized her in the moment. I was like, I know this face. So I asked around for a number and I talked with her. And then she gave me your email, I believe. It was your email.
yes,
So we
yes.
started.
So she put us in contact. Well,
Yes,
I didn't even know the story, so I know Dina was the one who got us to talk. But yeah, for the ones who don't know, Dina is our very dearest, and how hopefully she's watching. I think she's watching. She knew we were going to be live. So hello, Dina.
hello,
Dina
Dina.
is our lovely applications officer, so she takes care of all the bureaucratic part. She does the application process for us, and yeah, she's amazing. And she will be, working with all of our students as well. But yeah, so she was the one. She was the one.
Yes,
That was
yes,
very nice. And how did you find the process? So obviously we've been working together for a long time now. So it's been
yes. Almost a year.
almost
I
a
think
year now. Yeah, you
I
were
think
very
I talked with
early.
Dina in the end of October, so probably we'll be making a year now. Well, it was easier because I knew since the first moment everything I had to take care of, with the timeline, what it was urgent, what it wasn't, and then was just walk through the process and to the bureaucracy, to the documents. So it was easy. If I had
Oh,
to done it alone, I would have finished it. I would give up at the middle. I believe I would give up something between the personal statement and the reference letters. That's just the beginning. I will give up.
this is the first steps.
It's the beginning,
Exactly.
yes. It's the first steps.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think people realize how long of a process this is. And it's not only the application, so it's everything that comes after that as well. So it takes a while. So that's why students, can come in advance and should come in advance. So we have time to, take care of everything. As we did with you, it was a very smooth process from the beginning.
yes,
You had time to do everything. So you gave me all of your documents quite quickly. Then, well, I presented you to some
yes.
options, and then you ended up picking Warwick. So how did you find that? So between looking for yourself or being advised on what universities you should be looking at, what do you think? What kind of importance did it have for you? Was it easier for you, or did you find it to be limiting in any way? How was that for you?
No, because I believe at the beginning you show me a few options. I didn't even know I wanted a healthcare operational management area, but I we talk a little bit, and you give me some options, and then after I choose the healthcare part, you just go and give me very number of options. I believe four or five, or even more. I don't remember honestly.
Yeah,
I
something like that, 4 or 5,
something
if
like
you
that.
remember.
For example, I hadn't come across it Warwick at all in my research, so I would be missing my ideal master. But I believe it's important because you already have the connections to the universities. You already know exactly what universities are um, doing, what kind of degrees are the ideal, and you have access to more options than we are. I was looking for a master, just a master, but you had the options, and it was much more easier than if I do it
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, it's a very important part of the process is to get to know you. So like we did, we talked,
Hmm.
we got to know each other a bit, and I knew what kind of thing you were looking for. So then even you said like you weren't sure what you were looking for specifically. So then it's really important to have that, discussion, looking at different options, see, okay, what do you like in this one? What do you like in this one? What do you prefer? And then we can, trim it down and filter it to finish with those 4 or 5 options. So then you can, go and decide. So what was it about Warwick that made you
It was a program, and to look at the subject description, to look on the page, to see the what they'll be teaching me. I think it was a program, because at the time we had another option to Swansea, I
It
believe.
was something.
Yes, I had the two options, but the program there, they're both good. But Warwick was like here, is calling me. So yes, so it was really the program.
Perfect,
after
perfect.
after choosing the program, I started looking at university. So because
Exactly.
even if it wasn't the most I don't know, the most perfect university, the program is what you taking off. Because when I finish my master, I'll be away of the university. So the main thing is the program. But yes, I'm lucky.
Exactly. And in your case, that was very lucky because your favorite program was in one of the best universities. Warwick is an amazing university. Many students want to go there, and sometimes it doesn't go very well. But you were
The,
lucky enough to get the both
and the
best of
funny
both
part
worlds.
is it just now when I'm here and I say, oh, I'm Warwick, and Warwick, and I realized that okay, it's a big thing being Warwick. Okay, thank you. Uh,
Yes,
I
yes, it
didn't put
is.
that pressure on me. I was like, I don't care where is Warwick. I don't care how in the grade they are. I don't care. I want this program. University looks cool. I don't care how hard it is to get in. Let's just do it. And now I'm realizing that that's in a good place. So
Exactly, exactly. And how was it with, the aftermath? So after you've picked your options and we've applied, you've done your English test as well. You had to do
yes,
IELTS to get into
yes.
Warwick. So that was a fun bit as well, right?
It was really funny because it was I was doing the course, the English course, and we were hit with COVID-19. So I had to start work at home. I had to start having the English classes at home. It wasn't funny, and I had to do the IELTS exam during the quarantine with mask. It's not that funny, especially the speaking part. It's not funny at all with a mask. Sorry about that, but it's true. And then it was like choosing accommodation. You give your tips about accommodation too, and it was that. I think it was easier. I in It wasn't any moment that I felt like I had to rush anything or that I was in a hurry to take care of any document or any situation because I started like almost a year before, so we had
Yeah,
time to do the things and to double check everything. I think that's important to have time for it.
exactly. To have time. Yeah, you started looking for accommodations as well quite in advance. So it was
Mhm.
around July
Yes.
that you started looking around. And
Funny.
how
We,
did you find that process? So finding accommodation is sometimes one of the most tough
it's
bits
difficult.
for university students.
It's difficult because the ideal is to be in the UK, be in the city, look around, and to choose and to visit. But we are in the middle of a pandemic, so that's not happening. So, and we had a few houses to look and to see online too. We had that wonderful house that had a clinic on it, if you remember it. So
So yeah, Carina had one of the houses, and they provided videos and everything. And then she found out that they had a clinic in the house. So apart from all the bedrooms, yeah, they had
one
a
of it
clinic as well.
was a clinic. So
Yeah, it was just a
nothing
random
weird,
clinic.
nothing weird.
So
But
yeah,
funny
it's
part
very important to
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 look, and
to
don't be
look very
afraid to
carefully.
go on Facebook and public and announce, because it was my landlord and found me, not a contrary. I public,
Wow, that's
yes,
that's
yes,
unusual.
yes, because I found a few Facebook groups about accommodation in Coventry, and I posted an announcement because I was tired of looking for houses and rooms and everything. Like, look, I'll be there in September. I need a room. I want this, this, and this. And like half an hour later, he was texting me. DM in this case, and it was like, oh, these pictures, this video, and then I sent to you, I think, and we are
Yeah, yeah,
talking,
yeah.
and it was perfect. It's a
Yeah,
perfect house.
it was a very good option. So yeah, what we did is basically you sent me some videos. Yeah, we both watched it because obviously she couldn't be here. Uh, and then yeah, because it was a private landlord, we decided to ask, and this is something everyone should ask, if they are, you know, proper landlords, official landlords, they should have a certificate from the city council. So yeah, I told that to Carina, and then she asked for it, and then he sent it to us. So that way we can guarantee that he is, you know, legit. It's not a scam. And yeah, with the videos of the house, then we just hoped everything would be
To be
as you were
okay,
showing. Yeah,
because
I spoke to
in
the landlord as well for a bit.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's a really, yeah, it's you
yeah,
need to be very careful, and it's a process. And yeah, we're here to advise you, but ultimately we can't do it for you. So it's really a matter of you having the tools, and that's what we're here for, to give you the tools and the advice, the correct advice for you to be able to do it on your own safely. And yeah, just enjoy the process as much as possible, because the ultimate goal is to move to the UK, right, and start living here. And yeah, so how are you finding, you know, living with other people? How is it going for you?
well, it's being funny because it's an 11 studio house with 12 people on it, including me. We have some DJs until 3 a.m. that I am musically educating at 8 a.m. because if they wake up till 3 a.m., they have no problems in to be waked at 8 a.m., I believe, with really good music, not noise, music. And so we're being a little bit passive aggressive with a smile on our face. Uh, but we talk with the landlord and he's trying to solve things. And but it's just a question of, being calm, just try to solve things, talk
That's
with people.
something, yeah, you need to
Just
be flexible enough to.
yes, and I knew 11 studio house couldn't be, you know, calm at all. Uh, but we're trying to get used to each other yet. So I didn't met everyone from the house yet. So it's,
Your
but
social
everyone,
distancing as well.
yes, yes, I believe. And we have different times. We have different routines. So we found each other like rarely. So
Yeah, it's usually what happens in my experience as well with private accommodations, is that everyone has their own thing going on. They have their own schedules. You know,
their
they
own
cook their
lives.
meals. So it's, you have the best of both worlds again. You can have your own privacy and be left alone if you want to. But then again, you have someone to talk to if you want to. So you
Yes,
have
yes,
people around you, and especially students. Um, so that's good. You're never really alone.
alone. Yes,
Yeah.
we're never really alone. Well, that's the only problem I'm having with accommodation now. It's the 3 a.m. DJs, but it's being solved. But no, we have the luck that the landlord have someone to clean the common space, the kitchen and the common space from the house once a week. So we
Okay,
take care of
that's very good. It's not very usual that you
no,
find that.
but yes, we have good conditions. Anything we need, we just call the landlord and he's here. We have a serious problem with the washing machines. We have two of them, but they don't like us. They hate us. We don't know why, and we call him like, "Hey, I'm sorry to bother, but the washing machine just it's not working again." And the poor
Yeah,
man just
exactly.
came by and like, we didn't realize yet what it is. Probably we'll solve it, but we don't know yet what's
Hopefully,
happening.
yes.
Hopefully, until the end of the year, we'll realize what's happening,
Sort it
or
out.
they'll get used to us. I don't know what's exactly the problem, but it's been
Perfect. Well, I have one last question for you before we say goodbye for now. Is that what were the things that you liked the most about OK Student that made you stick with us?
oh, I think it's really knowing what's happening. It's feeling supported, feeling that you are available to any questions, to anything that I need. Even now, I know if I text you and like, Joanna, I have this problem. What do I do? You always have something to say or a tip or just, well, try don't kill anyone.
Yeah. Thanks.
So I don't kill anyone. I think it's that thing that we know each other, and we have the same person going with us in the process. We have Dina, obviously, but she's the one who's taking care of the application. But we talk with the same person. We always feel supported, and you don't feel abandoned in the middle of the process. You know exactly what's happening, the times that's happening, and what you should be worrying about.
Exactly. Well, I'm very glad it came across. That's exactly our goal is, to make you feel supported, be here for you and make this process as easy and as enjoyable for you as it should be. This is such an exciting time for students who are coming to the UK. I remember mine and yeah, it is stressful. So yeah, we try to make it as easy as possible for you. And yeah, build this relationship with you and make you, connect with other people, with other students that we have, so you don't feel alone. And you've been through that as well, so you've
Yes.
connected with some students that are in Coventry as well, right?
Yes.
So I think that might help. I don't know.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Carina. I just want to say that if you are, wanting to follow Carina's steps and come to the UK to study, please contact us. Feel free to, ask us any questions. Yeah, you can email us at info@okstudent.co.uk and we'll get an advisor to be talking to you as soon as possible. Or you can fill our web form on okstudent.co.uk/form. And again, a student advisor will be with you as soon as possible. So yeah, feel free to ask us anything if you're ready to start the process, or if you're, just thinking about it, just let us know. We can have a chat and decide. And hopefully you'll be as lucky as Carina, the other side, and we're coming to the UK very shortly. So thank you very much, Carina. We'll be in
Thank
touch
you.
anyways. We will,
Obviously.
continue catching up. And yeah, thank you very much for being here today. And yeah.
Thank you.
Well, bye everyone. See you later and have a good day.